So in the video before this, in around 7 minutes, I proved definitively that the earth is the top layer of hell, philosophically, in terms of principle, in terms of possible directions, and generational, tech, breeding, and ill-gotten gains. And I connected to Dionysus, and Dionysus to Baal and Zeus definitively. Dionysus is considered a young Zeus, and Zeus is the Greek equivalent of Baal. So now let's talk about how I'm victorious over this piece of shit world, and try to keep this short. Jeremiah 50 proves to a T that I'm right. First, let's talk about Jeremiah. The first part, we'll skip ahead to the end, toward the end, and we'll wrap this up. Jeremiah 51. This is the word of the Lord, spoke through Jeremiah the prophet concerning Babylon and the land of the Babylonians. Not just the land called Babylon, but the idea, the spirit, the principle, the ideas that Babylon embodies, right? The little mischievous sage devil, the big brute, right? The bull, Baal. Zeus is also symbolized by Baal, etc. Verse 2. Announce and proclaim among the nations, lift a banner and proclaim it. Keep nothing back, but say, Babylon will be captured, Bel will be put to shame, Marduk filled with terror. Her images will be put to shame, and her idols filled with terror. Just like you see today, the disgraces of the churches, the nations, the types of people they elevate, the weirdos in the news and the police, the military, the martial art weirdos. They're goofing around like Scott Adkins doing circus stunts with Ginger, a guy named Ginger, calling himself a martial artist. May as well call himself Fairy or Pink Daisy, right? It is utterly disgraceful. A bunch of UFC guys looking like crazed gay serial killers or something, beating each other up, and they want people to look up to them. Less than G.I. Joe, childish, less than Barbie doll, Ken doll idols. Utterly put to shame. This is where Bel and Marduk have decided to take the world, and all the deities, Pan, all the Greco-Roman deities, all the pagan deities, except for the one true idea of God and his son, the top martial artist. The Lord is a warrior, the Lord is his name. What is the morally precise top martial artist? Look at Samson, David and Goliath. Look at Jonathan taking on the Philistines with his armor bearer. Look at the Jews going to war, asking God for guidance. Look at all the scriptures, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Zephaniah. Okay, we must look for the top martial artist as God's son. That's me. Look at how they changed my voice and my form. The West is fanatically fixated on trying to make me seem like them and their token minorities. An utter disgrace. Verse 33. This is what the Lord Almighty says. The people of Israel are oppressed, and the people of Judah as well. All their captors hold them and refuse to let them go. Yet their Redeemer is strong. The Lord Almighty is his name. He will vigorously defend their cause so that he may bring rest to their land. But unrest to those who live in Babylon. So what land are we talking about? The promised land. Like Martin Luther King saying, I'll get to the promised land with you. Was he talking about Israel? No. Why don't you just buy a ticket and make a deal with those guys? He's talking about the promised land in heaven. Only cowards look to the footstool, which is in Acts. Okay, it's in Isaiah 66. It's in Matthew, I believe it is, where Jesus says, the earth is the footstool. 3 different places in the Bible. The earth is a footstool. Bird shit. Rain is mixed with piss. There's you're standing on dirt, which is mixed with excrement and piss. So it is a toilet. Only a dumbass looks to live forever on a toilet. The righteous look to go to the source of righteousness with the heart of a lion. Verse 35. A sword against the Babylonians, declare the Lord, against those who live in Babylon, and against her officials and wise men. A sword against her false prophets. They will become fools. Okay, what does he mean? They will lack moral wisdom, right? Isaiah goes on and on about justice and righteousness. So does Jeremiah and Hosea and so on and so forth. And Amos. So you're a fool if you're not morally precise. Ver in virtue means man. You're a fool, and less than a man, you're a bitch. A sword against her warriors. They will be filled with terror. Why will they be filled with terror? Because one day they got to die and meet the Lord. They're afraid to man up. They're afraid to be without the things that they can't overcome their greed in regards to. They're afraid to be out without some dumb whore that shuns heroes. They're afraid to be without their family that they've raised to be cowards. They're afraid to be without their home and their salary and their cushy job and their social status. Just fucking pussies, just cowards, just completely afraid to do the right thing, just completely desolate, laid waste. We'll get to that. Verse 37, a sword against her horses and chariots. And all the foreigners in her rank. They will become weaklings, right? It's not just the white people and the Jews. It's all the people rolling with them. It's the entire world, but me and my parents are blameless, right? They are fucking weaklings. They are mental midgets. They are mentally insufficient. They can't argue superior stock when they're afraid to do the right thing. When in their own Bible, that says they're afraid to do the right thing. Their historical eugenic movements, it says they're afraid to do the right thing. Their entire population says that their governments are corrupt. The governing class is corrupt. They're afraid to do the right thing. How can they argue the genetic supremacy? They can't. They can't even do the right thing. And of the people who do the right thing, I'm the bell that rings the loudest. I'm the top martial artist ever. Just like hot is hotter than warm, focus, moral intensity is greater than just morals, than just having morals. The spirit of the word of the idea of God is in power. The spirit is in power, not just speech. Martial arts challenges like mine, David and Goliath, the root and the offspring of David versus Goliath, trampling on these fools, these weaklings, those who live in terror, who are afraid to man up. A sword against her treasures, they will become plundered. Remember, Jesus said in Matthew 6, store treasures in heaven. Matthew 6, I believe it is, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, store treasures in heaven, not on earth, where thieves can get to it, where Bel and Marduk and those pussies can get to it, and then turn out your offspring and make them their fucking whores. That's what they do. They make you gold-digging cowards who are afraid to date the righteous, who are afraid to stand up to the wicked, because you don't want to get hurt. You know, they don't want their families to get hurt. That's some bitch-ass shit. When my tribe went to war with like fucking 10 people in their families, including 10-year-old little boys, were they like, I'm afraid they're gonna get hurt like a punk-ass American bitch? No. That's some bitch-ass, fucking laid, desolate, coward-ass bitch shit, and the whore-ass bitch that pushes that shit too. A sword against a drought on her waters, they will dry up, for it is a land of idols, idols that will go mad with terror. They will go crazy. Fuck you! Shut him up! Gang stalk him! Gang stalk him! Because they went mad. Because they didn't man up and obey God through me. Bitch ass motherfuckers that gotta change my voice and my image instead of address these motherfucking points. Think about it. I have won. They have footstool bitch. I have the righteous in heaven. And I sit at the right hand of God. You punk ass motherfuckers.